Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm a sleep physician, and if you have insomnia, this channel is for you. These are the best episodes. Another success story. Elchrist had 3 years of insomnia, super worried just a few months ago, and now sleeping great. Let's look at the details. Really happy to have you back here, and a big welcome to anybody that is new to the channel. And as mentioned, these are the best episodes when we talk about somebody that has gotten past their insomnia. So if you at any point feel like, you know what, I'm past my insomnia, please share that, or please consider sharing that, because that brings so much hope. So we're going to go over this Instagram conversation I had with somebody, and it started on April 5th, and it's from somebody named Elchrist. So let's read this and see what made a difference for Elchrist. Hi Daniel, I watched your video, and I watched one of your videos, and I've suffered with insomnia for 3 years, and just yesterday I didn't sleep for 2 days. So 2 days leading up to yesterday, I didn't sleep for 2 days. This is uncommon for me, and I'm quite worried. I did nap for like an hour yesterday, but it was on and off, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling quite worried. And so we went on to talk about kind of general CBT things, and Helper said, I still don't feel tired, but hopefully I'll sleep tonight. And again, this was back in April. And then there's another message here where Elker said, I think it may be anxiety due to the fact that I'm thinking about having to work in the morning, and mentioning that, I think, by the way, I don't know if Elchrist is a male or female, but I'm gonna guess. I guess I'm gonna say it's a male. And he says that he was doing shift work, and I share that yes, it's very common to have trouble sleeping when you do shift work. And then Elchrist went on to say that he was gonna watch. I think he was gonna watch like all of my videos. And that was really it. So we don't have too much detail, but we know the following: that Elchrist had pretty significant insomnia, I believe, because it was 3 years, and he was very worried, And then out of the blue, Friday, I get this message: Hi Daniel, it's me again. I've been sleeping. So, and by the way, this is 3.5 months later. Hi Daniel, it's me again. I've been sleeping amazing these 14 weeks, and all of a sudden, bam, 2 nights of no sleep for no reason. I don't know why this has happened. I try not to act stressed or worried, but I'm kind of worried that it's going to be more nights again. And then I said, and then what happens is I check the comments here very frequently. Instagram, I'm not so active there, so I missed that. But then 2 days later, I replied, and I said that it was great that he was sleeping better, and that when you have a couple of bad nights, you shouldn't. The best thing to do is don't react to them, like don't do anything. And happily, the following day, so Monday, Elchrist replied, "It's all good. I'm sleeping good again." And then kind of like a little bit after that, I just realized that this was great news. Like, here we have somebody with 3 years of insomnia that has been sleeping great for 14 weeks. And so I said, do you mind if I share this, and what really helped? And he said yes. And then here were the kind of like tips from Elchrist. Routine is the most important thing, and try not to have a racing mind before you go to bed. Know that everyone can sleep, but it's this psychological thing. Everyone tells themselves they will never sleep again, and these were really the core insights here. Not too much like detail here, but I think it's still very important things we can pull out of this. And one is that I think one thing that was in Elchrist's favor, and I think most people do know that their stress anxiety is behind their insomnia, but a lot of people, it takes a lot of time for some people to get to that point. Some people for the longest believe that there is something wrong with their brains, that they have like a faulty sleep switch, or that it's a hormone thing. And before you get to a point where you realize that no, my insomnia is driven by anxiety, preoccupation, worry, or bad habits play a role too, but mostly that hyperarousal, that kind of racing mind, before you realize that it's a cause, it's really hard to like have any foundation upon to build and get better. So it was, I think Elquist, one thing he had in his favor was that he realized that it was anxiety driven. Another important thing is without actually me intervening at all, Elquist didn't react to that those poor nights that happened 14 weeks after he was sleeping well, and is again sleeping well. So that's really, really good. If you've had insomnia, sleeping better, and you have a bad night again, try not to react to it. Super helpful. And then going over those, like the tips or the important things, routine is most important. And you know, he doesn't specify it, but when I hear routine is most important, I think super important to get out of bed at the same time every morning. That's super important. And not to go to bed too early, you know, especially when you have active insomnia. Try not to have a racing mind. You know, that's important, but like it's a tricky one. Like, how do you get to that point? I very often refer to an episode called Talking Insomnia number 12. There are a lot of good tips there about that. And then what's more, everyone can sleep, you know. It's hard to believe that when you have a lot of trouble sleeping, but everyone really truly can sleep. And once you start seeing signs, when you start doing cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, and you start seeing some hopeful signs, hold on to them, because those are like, you know, building blocks, stepping stones towards like starting to believe again, and then the whole thing can be reversed. The insomnia can be reversed. And so I think we'll conclude there. Super helpful and super happy that Elquist shared. If you're watching this, Elquist, which you're probably not, you're probably not on this channel anymore, but if you do, I'm super, super grateful. And for everyone out there, you know, please leave comments. Those are super helpful, and or send me an email. My email is daniel@insomniainsight.co. And I'll be back in tomorrow. Until then,